Hey guys, this is Lauren. This week I have Martinez v Bynum. This was heard by the Supreme Court in 1983, and the opinion was delivered by Justice Powell. This case revolved around the bona fide residence requirement that furthers states' interest. So to give you some background for this case, Roberto Morales was born in Texas to a non-resident Mexican parents. He moved back to Mexico with his parents, who then sent him back to Texas to learn English in a Texas school when he was old enough. They sent him to live with his sister, who was his custodian but not his guardian, and was denied tuition-free education because the state did not classify him as a bona fide resident of McAllen, Texas. So on this slide, I have the definition, according to Texas, of what a bona fide resident is. So when a person voluntarily takes up his abode in a given place with intention to remain permanently for an indefinite amount of time, which he did not meet because his parents had just sent him to Texas just to learn English, and then he was to return home to Mexico to his proper guardians, his parents, once he had achieved this goal. One of the important portions of this case was the fact that his sister was his custodian, not his guardian. And that is how he became basically a non-resident, because since his sister never intended to become his guardian, he was classified as a non-resident. So our core conflict here is that even though Roberto is a citizen of the United States, because he was born in the United States, he's not a current resident of the district in which he wanted to attend school. And the reason that this is not right is that bona fide residency requirements prevent guardians from sending students to certain school districts solely to obtain an education or to participate in preferred athletic programs. And Roberto's parents had done just that. They had sent him to Texas solely to obtain an education. And so his sister brought a case against Bynum, who was the superintendent of the school at the time, the school district, saying that he was being denied due process to an appropriate education. And so this went all the way up to the Supreme Court, in which the Supreme Court ruled to uphold the state's residency requirement. So the main reason that the court had decided to uphold the state's residency requirements is because they wanted to help prevent parents from circumventing schools' district zoning requirements and to prevent students from simply changing residency to participate in athletic programs or for students from other areas to receive tuition-free education in the district that they did not reside in. And I found this quote from the book extremely interesting, where it says, "The provision of primary and secondary education, of course, is one of the most important functions of local government. Absent residency requirements, there can be little doubt that the proper planning and operation of the schools would suffer significantly." So I believe that one of the reasons that the Supreme Court decided this was to help keep students from crossing borders of districts to receive a better, what they would call a better education or a better athletic program without actually proving that they're a resident of that area. Now, it's not about trying to keep people out of the school. It's just that they have to prove residency, and the district does not prevent them from proving residency. They just have to be a resident of that area.